Hello, minions. This is MinionCraft. Porkchop's about to get off. Giggity. So it just started in time for you to wuss out. Oh, the pork chop. He was just around here. That's not how I was expecting this to start. But welcome to MinionCraft. And I was in the middle of I know the feeling. Welcome to MinionCraft. I'm in the middle of I've built this wheat farm, this big community wheat farm. Hold on, let me pick up some eggs. Oh, by the way, the server's working again now after the last video. I tried to restart the server, and it failed to come back up. It went into error state. So I opened a help ticket with my host provider, and I'll let him know he can go. You are dismissed. And they essentially, I can tell from the files and the logs, what they did is they just reinstalled Minecraft. I could have done that. I thought maybe there was an issue with their server hardware, but they just reinstalled the entire Minecraft instance, which was fine. It kept my level files. I'm going to leave those for now. But it deleted the whitelist and the ops list, so I had to go in and edit that because it wouldn't even let me reconnect to my server because the whitelist was deleted. So I had to go in through my management utilities. Anyway, building this. Oh, I didn't even see that last part. I feel like your house right now. It's actually, this is the fun about playing with Porkchop, and he's in the UK, and I think he's so he's actually 6 or 7 hours ahead. So it's actually 6 p.m. for me. Poor guy. I'm actually gonna grab a couple obsidian. That's what I came over here for. I forgot. Oh wait, I moved it to the resources chest, right? There's just one here. You can't even see it. It's so obsidian-y. I'll borrow our... Oh, there you are. Ah. Sneaky. Grab one more piece of obsidian. Come on. Because I'll show you why here in just a second. Alright. 2 pieces of obsidian. Perfect. Building my wheat farm. Cheating. Actually, you know what? Let's not cheat. I'm already here. Why not? Play it legit. Sometimes, especially when I'm alone on the server, or actually pretty much all the time, even if I'm not alone on the server, typically I'll just reset the game to day rather than going through the trouble sleeping. If I'm by myself, it's easy enough to just go to my bed and sleep, but if I'm in the middle of something, I'd rather not walk to my bed and then walk back when I can just reset it to day. Similarly, when other people are on, if we're outside working on something, rather than us synchronizing sleeping or risking a creeper coming and blowing our shit up, I'll typically just set it to day. I had this internal struggle with myself about how legit I was really concerned with making the server. And I decided that while, as I've said before, spawning items in isn't fun. Like, it takes away the fun of Minecraft, which is gathering resources. But, well, you know, that's some of the fun. But, sorry, I'm getting distracted here. I don't want to just give myself all the resources I want, although I am perfectly capable of doing that as an OP. But that's not fun. However, doing things like shift and daylight or teleporting people around if it makes things easier, I'm okay with that. But anyway, here's what I'm doing: is I'm building this big community wheat farm. It's been a little bit. I'm periodically collecting these eggs just to populate my egg chest here for my chicken farm, as I showed you guys in the last video. My little chicken hut. Yeah, community wheat farm. I kind of showed you this in the last video, but I've expanded it a little bit here. So I've got my sticky pistons laid out and ready to go. I'm working on the wiring. But here's how I want this to work: is I want this to be a what's the word? A modular wheat farm, right? So we've got 3 sections here, and it's 8 by 8, 8 by 7, and 8 by 5 as a product of, and you'll see why it's like that. But that's actually, I may have to cover these with full blocks. Anyway, I keep getting myself distracted. What I want to show you here is the way I want to set this up is I want people to be able to hit any one of these, right, and collect. Like they'll go over here and they'll push this button, and it'll, or actually it'll be a lever because the water doesn't, so the water flows long enough. So they'll flip this lever. Water will flow on just this section and push all this wheat down to the front, right? So if you want wheat, you can harvest one section, and because since wheat doesn't auto, like you can't harvest wheat without breaking the seed, you have to go and manually replant. So if you want wheat, I don't want you to break everything and then replant the whole thing, because since it's a community farm, it's replant what you take. So you push this button, harvest that section, push this button, harvest that section, this button, that section, right? But if you, for some reason, want to just harvest it all, like you feel like planting everything, replanting everything, I'm going to wire in this button, which is going to be a lever, which is going to be a harvest all. And so what I'm working on right now, and actually I probably shouldn't be placing this redstone right now. So here's the thing, is I wired these up individually, and I'm going to use this wire to come across here, and I'm going to use repeaters to keep the current from feeding back. Like a diode, and I'll show you how that works. But the reason I got the obsidian is because when you're working with water, these breaks here, so you'll see this one here and the next one over there, this is right underneath this water stream that's hidden underneath those half slabs, right? So that's how I keep the farm hydrated. If this breaks, then water's going to spill out here and break my redstone, which sucks. Now, so what I want to do is I was going to put a sign on here saying, don't break this. But what I'm going to do instead is replace it with obsidian, so it's very, very hard to break. So people can't, especially me, can't accidentally break it. Now, all the places around, like next to it, there and there, could still be broken, and that would cause the same problem. But that's not as much of an issue here. Oh, God, this is stone. Let's break it with my fist so I can place it quickly. Come on. Hoo! Yeah, ninja! So now those shouldn't break through, and I should be fine with that. And this one doesn't need it because it runs to here. So now what I need to do is I need to make some redstone repeaters. So I'm going to need some... I'll take all of these. How about... Is that not the same type of wood? I don't know why it was separate. Anyway. Oh! Wife's calling. 1 second. Ah! I've teleported! That was my wife, as I said before, calling me to tell me she's on the way home with dinner, which is delicious old Chicago pizza. So I gotta hurry through this. I need to make repeaters. So I need torches, redstone torches, and then a repeater is like this, I believe. Yeah. And so what we're going to do with this is you hit this lever, the signal's going to travel through here, right? And then when it gets here, this wire, it's going to connect and activate this. I'm actually going to have to put repeaters down here as well. But I'm just going to give you a basic idea. So that'll activate this one, and this will activate back that way, but that's not a big deal. But now putting a repeater here, what this will do is it will, it will relay the signal that way. But more importantly, a repeater is a one-way signal transmitter, so it acts as a diode, meaning that it won't allow current to pass back through it that way. So when I push, actually this is going to be trickier than I thought, because when you hit this button, it's going to activate here. That's going to be tricky. So I'm going to be able to stop this from coming backwards into there, but this is going to be going forwards. We'll leave it for now, because I'll come up with a workaround for it. I'm suddenly under some time pressure here. So this is going to be maybe I'll continue this video later. Maybe I'll put this on hold and finish up my thoughts later, since I'm going to have to stop here soon. But anywho, so this switch will not activate that one now, and so on. But they will go back the other way, so I'm going to have to find out a way to isolate these circuits while still allowing this one to feed into it. So I'm an electrical engineer. I can do that. I'm going to have to think about it. Let's try and think about it until my wife gets home here. So this will feed forward, so I need to find a way to keep this signal from feeding into there, unless it's coming from this signal. So I think the only option we're going to have is not linking these all on a single thing. We're going to have to create some bridges, which is unfortunate, because that means that obsidian was kind of pointless. Okay, so that's going to transmit through here. We do not want this to transmit through, however. All right, so let's put this back. Actually, we're going to want it more like here. So let's break that. All right. So what this is going to do is make this activate this, but not that. So we're going to need... Oh, what are we going to need? A separate feedback system here? So what if I put a repeater... Oh, my son's awake now too! Now this will power that, and it'll move the signal on. But now I need a way for this to activate that independently without feeding forward into this connection. So I need it to feed over. Right, so I actually need this bridged. Let's take this under. How about that? Sometimes the logistics of this is the most difficult part. Suddenly that's less important to have that obsidian there. Oh well, still not a bad thing to do. Okay, so now this will bridge over, right? And that'll feed through there. But this still doesn't tie in. So we want, and we'll do it a little earlier here. Well, no, because that's still going to reconnect. No, not unless I do it here. All right. I put this there, and put this here. Now, that's still going to feed back into here, unless we use a repeater there. So now let's follow this here. This button will transmit straight down that line and will not feed back into this circuit. This circuit will feed into this circuit and also feed down there. So this is what I need. Perfect. So does that make sense to everybody? As I'm underground here, look at me. This wire will go across. This diode stops it from feeding back into the system, and this will still allow it to feed in. So we're going to need 2 diodes per connection. Now my son's crying, and my wife's coming home, and it's dark. Creepers could be coming. I'm going to go ahead and log off and stop it here. I will pick it back up. I've decided later. So this video is not over. You will see. It is not over. Give me them eggs. Give me them eggs. I'll be back, peeps. Hello again, minions. I'm back, and I lied. Which is to say, there was some background noise in my house because things get crazy. And so I went ahead and finished this off. I'm going to roll in, I may roll it in before this, or I may put it in the little corner or something, but I'm going to roll in the footage of me actually running the collection on this field now that I've finished it. But you guys essentially saw what I did. I'll show you. You guys saw this one. I'll just show you this one. Just 'cause. What, hun? Why don't you don't bug me until I'm doing this? I'll read that in just a second. I'll be done here soon. Ah. Oh, just gonna yeah, so here's what I did. You guys already saw my little bridge wiring. I repeated it for this piece as well. So this switch goes over, repeater there, this he's looking near ravines. This diode blocks that from feeding back, as does this one. And then this repeater pushes the current. This block actually, shit, if I break this, it's going to flood my field, and I don't want to do that. But this block here has a redstone torch on that face of it, which makes this an inverter. Because when I finished building it, I found out that by default, I wanted them all to be on so that they're blocking the water supply. So, yeah, that's what this is, an inverter, and then it's just that redstone torch underneath this block powers the redstone on top. And it powers the bank of switches, or of repeaters here. And pretty simple, so that's pretty much all there is to it. And then it goes all the way to the end. So, yeah, now it's interesting to note this. The reason I use glass here by the switch is because underneath the switch, an empty space like that with a redstone block will be powered, and I'm not going to show you because it'll turn it on. You want me to read it right now? All right. It'll power the block below it. Hold on a second. My wife wants me to do something. I'll be right back again. Ugh. All right. I'm back again. Check it, direct it. Let's begin. So yeah, I showed you the wiring, and so that's how it works. I put up signs for use. Collect all, note you must replant. I tested it and I ran the all collection. I got just short of 7 stacks of wheat from it, and that was a bitch to replant. Collect only, so each one collects only the wheat to the right side of it. So yeah, I keep going over the stuff I went over in my last video, which is essentially that I'm doing this for the new book recipe, but Pork Chop today put these half slabs over the water because it's annoying to have to go through the water to get what breaks off in there, which I agree, but I was too lazy to do it, so saved me the trouble. Making quite a few books here, but yeah, I think right now Castro's out jumping through the jungle, filling in the edge of his map. Oh, I just found out like a couple seconds ago, and I was talking to Castro about it. That when the server went down, and Okay, he's going to do his first TP. I hope I instructed him correctly there. Was that when the server, like when they apparently something happened to my server during that, all that stuff where it wasn't counting any of the stuff I was doing, apparently my map got cleared out. And not just like blanked, but it wouldn't redraw any of the data. Like it was just completely empty. I have no idea why that happened. But I went into... I went into the actual server DAT files for the maps on the server and copied the contents of one of the other maps into what used to be the content of my map, which was zeroed out. And I got this. And I thought it was probably Tao's map, but I talked to him and I looked at his map and it's not. But this is map, I took it from map_1.dat, and I copied it into my maps, which is map 0. But I was thinking about it, and the second map that was created was Pork Chops. And this, I think, is the map that Pork Chop created right before that slime Hadoukened him into the lava, and he lost it. So I think I've recovered the map that Pork Chop lost to that slime. And it's mine now. He has a new map now, of course. I'm going to see if this one will actually update. Oh, yep, it's updating. It's updating to include I don't know if you got a good view of it in the last video, but there's the starting part of the house that Pork Chop's building, the castle that Pork Chop's building. It's pretty freaking awesome. Pretty freaking awesome. What did he just say? Why don't you just get out of the water before you type, Wheezy? Because I'm not smart. You may think I'm smart, but if you think I'm smart, then clearly you are not smart. And thus we enter smartception. Wom, 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 wom. Something like that. I don't... Let's build some more of them books here. Yeah, build them books. So this is like the worst episode ever. I'm getting so distracted. Ah, get in there. I don't even know what I was going to show you guys. I guess I did show you the first part of this, but yeah. So this is the rest of that. It's far enough along. Ugh. I don't want to miss a thing. One thing I didn't quite think of, because I was in such a hurry to create this, is I didn't give it extra space. Goddamn ocelots have been jumping on my frickin' weed again. That's part of what I was about to talk about. Since I allotted this just enough room for the fields, and I didn't actually leave any space behind for to build a building around it, right? Like I could fit a wall here, and I could probably fit one right against the road, even though I don't want to do that. But I can't build a building around this, and so I can't easily keep ocelots from jumping around in it. But I'm okay with that. This is kind of how I envisioned the public wheat field anyway. It's just up here and accessible to everybody. And, you know, just replant what you take. So, where did the ocelot... Did Ocelot bust this piece too? See, so it'll take a little Ocelot damage with it, but with a yield this high, like who cares, right? Who's even gonna notice? Which of these is the most full? I think I need to build some lamps over it to light it so it grows better at night. But I'll go ahead and just show you how one of these works. But essentially, from where water flows, like water, counting the source block, will flow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it flows 8 blocks, right? So this is 1 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this would be 8, right? But if you cut a level down, as I cheat here, before it hits the 8th block, then it will start a new count, right? So it falls down here, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then this would be 8, and it goes down another block, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the water stream will stop right on that block. So what this does is when I flip the switch to the wiring I've put under there, it'll activate these, or it'll technically deactivate these pistons. They'll drop down, the water will flow across, and it will flow all the way down to here. And so you can do this up as many tiers as you want, right? I think I say as many as you want. If you go back so far that it starts in a chunk that's not loaded, I don't think it'll work. But you'd have to go, I think, a decent distance to do that. But anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and hit this one up, and maybe I won't. Well, I'll roll in the big one anyway, giggity. But here we go. Bump, 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 bump. And the reason I'm doing, I did a lever here, as I kind of briefly explained earlier, instead of a button. I could put a button with a good enough delay that it would run about as long as I think it needs to. A lever's easy enough, so you leave the lever on until everything that's back there gets pushed to the front, and then you can shut the water off. And boom, shakalaka. There's your delicious haul. Now I could raise these sides as I did in my single player world so that stuff wouldn't get stuck on them. But then I wouldn't have this nice kind of stepped way to walk around without hopping on the actual field itself. So I actually prefer this this way. Just because of the nature of it being open. I mean, if I was doing a fully automatic one, which I will do eventually, I'm sure I'll build a bakery or something to that effect that will be full of, you know, that will be about wheat, have a lot of wheat and an automatic wheat farm in it. Or not an automatic, but like this, like a semi-automatic one. So I would build it in a way that it had maximum yield, so I wouldn't get pieces stuck on the edges. And also, it would hopefully be in a place so that mobs won't spawn it, like ocelots won't spawn in it. I don't think an ocelot will spawn on a wheat block. He might, but I don't think they will. So if I had this kind of in an underground area, then I don't think ocelots would spawn on it. But since it's out in the open here, they spawn around it, and then they run across it, and they piss me off, fucking ocelots. Like, I thought the jungle would be just a nice place because it's got all this nice bright green grass and these awesome looking trees. But having ocelots spawn everywhere is really just not a great deal. It really kind of sucks. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh, good. It was just that. Oh, I got that section. I was like, oh, I don't have enough seeds to replant everything. I forgot I didn't harvest everything. So, yeah. So from this section, I got a stack and a half, and it wasn't fully grown. I was like, a stack and a half. That's just not consistent. I said almost 7 stacks, so it's about 2 stacks per, which is a pretty damn good yield, if you ask me. So let me go ahead and make some breads out of this stuff here. Well, just because that's an odd number, we'll leave this here for now. So yeah, there is the community wheat farm. Open to everybody on the server to use, and we're up to a few people now. Actually, I don't feel like showing their names. I was going to look at the whitelist. I think I've technically given about 5 people access at this point. But not all of them are on very often. Matter of fact, people that are on the most often are me, Tao, Pork Chop, and Boom. And we're the main ones on here right now. Boom being oop the crange. Oop the crange. I still haven't posted that video, so I don't know how to pronounce it. Oh, and look at all these eggs. Oh, 3 eggs from being full. Come on, give me 3 more eggs. Give me them 3 eggs. 1. Come on. Come on. Give me them eggs. Give me! Maybe that will motivate them. Oh, there's 1. Oh, 2. Come on, crap in my face. Crap in my face. Come on. Come on! I hate you chickens. 15. Oh, yep, there it is. Boom! Look at that. Fill that chest out. Did I already tell you guys about the pressure plate that I ran a wire to? This inverter out here. See? Fresh eggs. When that's on, that means an egg is dropped through onto the pressure plate. Yeah? Look, they're taking a delicious crap now. I'm curious how many chickens I still have in here. I think I'm going to end this episode. I haven't really done a whole lot. Yeah, that's good enough. I mean, I could fill this up probably more, but it's producing well enough for my needs right now. And that's what matters. What I need to do now is start taking these eggs. I think now that this chest is full, all the eggs that come in, I'm going to put them in another chest for now, but I'm going to start building the actual, you know, this doesn't go anywhere yet, but build this piece underneath, and then I'm going to build like the slaughter area in there so that I can actually put chickens in there for killing, because the chickens up top are intended to lay these eggs. You know, they provide me a renewable supply of eggs. And then I'll create some downstairs where I'll throw the eggs that come in from here down in there, spawn the eggs so I can kill them, and then I can get chicken, and then I can get feathers, and I can set up a chicken barbecue that'll automatically cook the chicken when it kills them, and all kinds of fun stuff like that. So there's a lot of automated pieces to these shops that have not been put in yet, that I'm excited to do. But for starters, I'm just trying to get everything like set up and working. So, you know, there's still so much to do. There's still a like we've got the chicken place now. Fucking ocelots. Cow, pork chops, cows. That leaves a sheep place as the main kind of animal resources. I'm thinking about building an ocelot trap. Is that going to be worth enough time to do? I'm not sure exactly. Maybe we'll do that next time. But yeah, the melons, so we got that. So I want to build a dirt shop, which sounds stupid, but I want a big storage area to keep all the dirt that we've collected. Want to build a, I don't know what I'll call it, like a rock or stone shop that'll have all 3 of, or is it 3? Yeah. A cobblestone generator, it'll have a smooth stone generator, and it'll have an obsidian generator. And, you know, so I'll set that up so we can have those. What else? What other raw materials do we need? So, like, what have I got? Oh, I want to build an addition onto this shop that's a kind of a carpentry shop. So, whereas this has all the raw wood, planks, and saplings, I want to build like an addition onto it that'll have like planks and stairs, and or not planks, but slabs and stairs, and you know, pressure plates, fences, ladders, you know, wood crafted items. I need to build a proper sugarcane shop. Like, this is temporary, like I've said before. Getting these books. Look at all those books. We're gonna find that this is a good investment, because I've set this up yesterday, and we've come up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 stacks of books. So roughly 11 times 60 is 660, plus 4 times 11 is 440, So wait, no. So that's 44. So about 700 books, plus that last bit of a stack. Give her plus or minus 700 books, and that after the patch would cost 700 leather. So, I mean, that you see what we're saving here. Set like 1,000 cows. You know, the sugar cane, you know, grows so that grows. Those grow up to 3 tall. You harvest the top 2 layers. We probably pull 3 or 4 stacks. You guys saw when I collected that, like 3 or 4 stacks of sugar cane each time. You can't just go out and knock down 3 or 4 stacks of cow leather. You know, I mean, to get 700 leather, we're probably talking killing at least 1,000 cows. I mean, at least, and that's if you don't have like a looting sword. And if you had a diamond looting sword that didn't have like unbreakable on it, then it would probably let me cheat again. It would probably essentially it would be broken by the time you had enough to do those books, and hopefully by the time the patch comes out we'll have a couple thousand books, so we won't need more. I mean, a good enchanting room, like if you build a static enchanting room that's not adjustable, or you just use the minimum amount of books, what you need is 30 bookshelves to build a full enchanting room. And each bookshelf takes 3 books. So you're looking at 90 books for a good enchanting room. You know, you want to kill 100 cows to build your enchanting room? That sounds like a pain in the ass to me. Hopefully, since they're making, you need leather to make books. I don't think they are, but hopefully maybe after this patch and people realize how much harder it is to make books, people are going to start, maybe they'll adjust it so that cows drop more leather. That would be nice. But anywho, I think we're going to call that good for now. I feel like I shouldn't be talking to you with my hat on. So guys, let me know. I don't know, what do you want to see next from multiplayer? I mean, I'm going to obviously continue doing stuff, kind of what I want, but just like single player, I want feedback from you guys on this. Do you guys just want periodic tours? Do you want to see some of the stuff I'm doing? Like I said, I spend a lot of time in here, but because of the way it works with my wife and my kids and stuff, I'm sometimes able to get on here when the house is still a little kind of active and crazy, which makes it so I can't really record effectively. So I can play on this server more often than I can actually record on it. Which makes it a little problematic, but when I record the episodes, you know, I mean, do we want to do a building project or what? Or maybe I can focus my my evening episodes on single player more. I don't know. I haven't really got things figured out, but you know, always want feedback from you guys. I hope you enjoyed. I'm still kind of getting things set up here, so once we get in the swing of things, it'll be a little bit better. But you can see hopefully you can kind of see the promise already. I may have to reface Tao's cows here because there's nothing wrong with this because he built this shop first. But this one, like they face into this road, and this is consistent. It faces in this way. But then that faces that. You know what? I like it. It's just fine. I don't give a shit, honestly. My Minecraft OCD always kicks in. But yeah, hopefully you guys see the promise that what we're doing here. Once all these community areas are set up, it's basically, get out of my wheat, you ocelot! Basically just going to be a good place to come and get resources until you get farms built at your individual places. And one of these days, one of my next tasks is going to be for me to wander out into the wilderness and find a place to settle my own house. And I'm looking forward to that because that's going to be an adventure. I'm going to go a good distance for that, and then I'm also going to have to go through the process. We're going to have to set up a portal linking transport system on the server. which is easy enough to do, but it, you know, takes the effort of going to the Nether and you know, setting up the linked portals and then connecting them, because you can travel 8 times faster in the Nether than in the overworld. So it's definitely worth it to link up through the Nether. But anyway, looks like it's about time for me to harvest my melons again. Giggity. Get some more of that wood. I got some chores to do. I need to probably tear this out now that I got that big public farm. But yeah, feedback, guys. Sorry if this was a little too of a disconnected and rambling episode for you guys, but again, feedback always helps me redirect what you want to see. Do you I don't know if I make this into a different video, but ooh, I just remembered The Walking Dead came out on Xbox 360 tonight. I'm gonna start playing that. A lot of people are doing Walking Dead Let's Plays, or at least a lot of people that I watch are. So I'm not sure if you guys will be interested in that. I'm not planning on recording one. Matter of fact, if I get the game tonight, I'm going to start playing it. I'm not going to record it. But I need to see if I can convince Pip to play some more Portal 2. Damn it, so much to do. Anyway, I could just sit here and prattle on all night. But I'm going to call this good. And I will talk to you guys. What? Spider? I'll talk to you guys later. Oh, I hear the spider.